Good morning, everyone. Kate Bora and Fiona Pearman here, talking to you about courageous action this month and how that impacts with our core confidence. Where we're going today is we're going to look at those roadblocks and red flags, the things that get in the way of taking that courageous action, even where we'd like to, things that hold us back and things that mean we maybe don't step in where we'd really prefer to.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing here is for us to really dig into the cost of inaction or indecision. It's really easy when we are in that mode of uncertainty around should I or should I not, to tell ourselves the story that we need more information, it's not the right time. There's lots of what I say excuses, and for me excuses are red flags and a message to say, hey, let's just look at this a little bit deeper. What's really going on? Because yes, it may be true that we need more information, but I think our formula around this is outdated in terms of what we have traditionally needed or relied upon to be in a place where we feel certain, we feel confident to take action. The reality is the world we live in is different. And so, being able to use those excuses as red flags, it says, hey, let me go a little bit deeper. Is this real? Is this true? Is this necessary? Or actually, is this really me just staying safe? Am I worried about getting it wrong, making the wrong decision? Or am I worried about taking action and not working out the way that I would like?
Yes, the opportunity here, as you're saying, is to really be prepared to give ourselves the dignity and the joy of actually looking at what's going on for us. And when we try to get things perfect, when we try to make sure we know everything, it actually stops us from being willing to take a chance, to do something that actually would give us more information and allow us to, yes, I'll try again, I'll do that again. I think what we're really focusing here on is where are the moments that you could take that imperfect action? Where would it be okay to give something a go? We talk a lot about growth mindset and the importance of, iterating, learning on the go, being willing to not have all the information and to not get things perfect, and to treat ourselves gently as we do that, with compassion go, oh, okay, that didn't work out the way I'd hoped, and now I'm willing to do something else and to learn as we go and try new things rather than having to have it all worked out at the beginning.
Yeah, and I think what we're really doing here is reframing our expectations of what happens when we make a decision in terms of how things work out, our expectations of when we take action, that it does work perfectly. And this is really what we need to challenge. This is really what we need to reframe. In our experience, when you start to, and this isn't about lowering the bar or lowering expectations, but it's about loosening our attachment to the outcome and saying, hey, I'm going to do something. And actually, my expectation is I'm going to learn something. That is really, one of the premises that we talk a lot about with regards to growth mindset is, yes, ideally, we want our action moving us towards our goal or our outcome. But it's not an absolute, it isn't necessary and absolutely necessary. And actually, sometimes it's that it's the need for it to be right that will keep us stuck for way too long. And if we actually just took imperfect action, got some feedback, learned something, took another step, we'd actually end up at our ultimate outcome in a whole lot quicker. And possibly a whole lot higher as well. So I think that's a really important calibration piece around our expectations. And of course, the other piece is really healthy risk assessment. I think, we always talk about cost-benefit analysis. The question we use for all our clients is for what purpose, at what cost? Really being able to calibrate what's at risk here, what's the worst case scenario. This very much digs into your relationship with fear. And, there's loads of videos, in the Facebook channel that you can dig into around that. But I think good risk assessment, not the risk assessment we've been using for years, because that's kind of what worked in the old world. It's really starting to build what I'd say is a new relationship with risk.
And I think this is where the opportunity lies for all of us, is when we start to to look at and examine what's the cost of my inaction here. If I don't take this action, if I don't do this, if I don't lean into that conversation, if I don't speak up, if I don't offer an opinion, if I don't ask a great question, each time we choose to hold back and not do that, we're actually losing momentum. We're losing the opportunity, and we're losing the engagement we could have in that moment, and that ability to learn more and to then have another opportunity to do more and more again. It's kind of like a virtuous circle. The more we're willing to try this, the easier it becomes each and every time. So our opportunity is to start to think about, what will it cost me if I don't do something here, to step in, to take a chance, to do something, and then to go again. And the more we do that, the easier it becomes.
So one of the core philosophies of our work is the act of confidence comes before the feeling of confidence. And what we've talked about today really brings that to life. So we encourage you to step in, to take imperfect action, what we call small acts of confidence, and what we call start to staircase your way to core confidence. So thank you for joining us today. If you've enjoyed today's confidence conversation, please share it with your network. Also, don't be afraid to jump over to our Facebook page. Lots of great videos, resources on there for you to dig in deeper to anything that we've discussed today. And if you'd like to go deeper with your relationship with core confidence, please visit our website, coreconfidence.com.au.